Hey most welcome back to another Palm Masters video, and today let's go over the new units, and I'm slightly tired, so let's just do them in one video, basically. So, alright, so, yeah, a lot of new units dropped, this time around, right? There's the two new Galar Villain Arc units, well, the Stumble ones, and then there's two Spotlight, right, Kalos characters, and then there's, Nemona, right? And there's like some free units as well, so a lot of stuff to get through. Let's talk about the Stumble units over here, right? So starting off with Gloria Alt 2, which I really hope is not her official name because that's kind of lame. But anyways, let's get into this. So this is a tech unit. You have the sync move background over there as well, right? And so yeah, it's Cinderace. Let's go over the kit and stuff real quick. So let's be real, it's not gonna be quick, but you know. Yeah, so stat wise, that's 60 HP at 150, 390 physical attack, 195 defense, 195 special defense, and 351 speed. So pretty good speed, pretty good physical attack, and then everything else is kind of whatever, right? I mean, I guess the HP isn't terrible. Nah, it's not anything crazy. Okay, so as for the passives, we have passive use Ace, lowers opponent's type rebuff by 2 after the user uses its max move. So the type is based on which max move you use, right? So she has 3 different type max moves, as per like most Galarian characters. And yeah, also replaces some of the user's passive skills and sync moves with different passive skills and sync moves after using its max airstream. So yeah, like it just gives new passives and sync moves stuff after using like the max moves as well. So that's cool, I guess. We'll see what they are specifically. Fuel economy 2. Wow! Fuel economy 2? So that's just, you know, 2 move gauge less for like each move that... Wow, okay. Okay, so like a 4 gauge move would only just be 2 gauges. A 3 gauge move would literally just be 1 gauge. Wow, okay, damn. Then we have Bronze Sync 5, so extra 50% on, you know, the sync when the attack is raised, which is, yeah, basically 100% of the time. So far so good. So far so good from what we see over here. So all right, as for our moves, we got Pyro Ball. I believe we're looking at the fire version first. So we have Pyro Ball, right? Let me see. I just can't fit everything in one screen, which is slightly annoying. Just because of how it's laid out, but oh well. Just bear with me. I'll just read it out. Pyro Ball removes frozen condition from the user, 10% chance of burning the target. Fire type, obviously physical. 172 to 206 power, and then 90 accuracy. And it's 4 gauges, right? Yep, 4 gauges. So in this case, with the fuel economy too, it's gonna go down to 2 gauges. Wow. Okay, then you got bounce, which is bounce. Bounce is not that good, 3 gauges. So over here would be 1 gauge. And then high jump kick as well. It's high jump kick is alright. But yeah, it's also another 1 gauge move in this scenario. Kickoff raises user's attack by 4, raises user evasion by 1, and then raises user's crit by 3. So yeah, missing 2 attack there, but you know, got a lot of other stuff. Evasion, especially since like none of these are 100 actually moves, so that's nice at least. And then this sync is fire over here. Tech EX sync, obviously. And then these are the max moves. You got G-Max Fireball, which ignores passive skills that would reduce damage of this attack, ignores passive skills that would protect the target from a crit, and 450 to 540 power, And then the other two are 400 to 480. 4 gauge versus 3 gauge for the base moves, right? Max Airstream buffs your team's speed by 2, and then Max Knuckle buffs your team's attack by 2. Alright. Anyways, so that's the fire version. We also have the flying version, right? The vocal move type is still fire, but, you know, it just changes your sync to flying type. So, what's the difference here? Piercing blows, so, okay, got piercing blows instead of, fuel economy. Oh, okay. Quick move, sync CD down to 9. That, oh, I do not ever want to read that again. Reduces user's second move counter by 2 when it uses a move that has the quick move effect tag. Okay. That's good. That's good at least. So, you know, with bounce being like a 2-turn move, right? You do get the same move countdown at least there. So, yeah. What else does it change again? It's passive and sync move, right? Okay. Wait, what was the condition for that last one? Type rebuff. Okay. So it should all just be the type rebuff lowered, which is relatively easy to do, I guess. Right. So this one is just it's a flying type sync now. So it's the fighting type version over here. The maxims are all the same, obviously. It's not like you can use like a second one. All right. The fighting type sync version is you get piercing gaze, so you know you won't have your high jump kick miss, and you know half your HP is gone, which is nice. And then restores users HP when an attack move is successful. Oh man, the fighting version is not that great. I mean, it's not like terrible, but I don't like. You already have piercing gaze. Why do we also have the healing thing as well? Like, can we just get like something else? Like, you know, piercing gaze already makes it so it's not gonna hit and then or hit. No, it's not gonna hit. That would be terrible. Not gonna miss, so you won't have to take half your HP. So why do we need a healing thing? I mean, sure. I guess in longer battle it's nice, but like most time it's not incredibly helpful. But yeah, so far this unit looks really, really nice. At least, right? Like even just from like a value perspective, right? It's another 3 different types. But this one, unlike stuff like, you know, Rose, for example, right? Like he got 3 different types as well. But for Rose, you're still gonna mainly use him for steel type because his sync is steel, right? His sync is steel. But over here, she does have the ability to change her sync moves type. So, like, you could just use her to sync for those types as well, right? And she got, like, -2 rebuff for all these types as well. On top of having a max move there. Huh. Yeah. Rose hits AoE, but I guess she's a bit more flexible, right? She's obviously very, very nice for longer battles, considering the speed. If you're doing, you know, fire, there's the fuel economy as well. And then, obviously, the swapping, all that stuff. Looks like a really, really, really nice unit so far, not gonna lie. Alright, now let's check out some of the synchred stuff. I think we probably enlarge in this a bit, just because, you know, the other stuff isn't, like, super important at the moment. Alright, so we got super duper effective one. Couldn't it have been, like, you know, super powered instead? Since the gimmick for this unit is, like, you also change its sync type as well. Oh well. It's not that big a deal. Soften up one. Defense crush 9. Pinpoint entry. Dashing team 9. Dashing team 9. Ooh, that's really nice. Healthy benefits 5. Okay, that's kind of not great. Which one is this? So these two, soften up is 4 out of 5. Defense crush 9 is 5 out of 5. Aw, that slightly sucks. Dashing team 9 is 4 out of 5. Healthy benefits is 5 out of 5. Again, healthy benefits kind of doo-doo, but Dashing 9 is nice. Defense Crush 9 is nice too. Damn, we're just getting like... Huh, okay. Let's see, what else we got? Pyro Ball, Power Ups, Move Gauge Refresh, Hostile Environment 2, Accuracy, Haymaker, Burn Synergy 1, Max Super Preparation, some Bounce stuff, Slippery Slope 9, Raise Use Evasion in a second after using this. Wait. Oh, that's probably... Oh, okay, that's for bounce, right? You bounce, have the opponent target you, you dodge a move, boom, you get evasion. Except I'm not sure if you really want to use her to tank. So maybe if it's like a scripted stage, like you use that during like an AoE or something. But also, is there a greater purpose to getting evasion in the first place? I don't know. Sync Quickening 3, that's obviously very important if you're trying to use her for like bounce. 3 MP back for the quick move after using a sync. Is it the first time or is it infinite? Okay, infinite. Alright, that's good. Yeah, okay, it's Sync Quickening. Alright, cool. That's the 50 for the flying sync. Oh no, they're just gonna have like different nodes for the different syncs. Well, that kind of sucks because that wastes like a lot of nodes. The high jump, kick power ups, quick cure, sync damage guard, power reserve 3. What? Why? Like, why? What's it? Did we really need the damage guard? Do we really need the power reserve 3 for freaking high jump kick? Like, it's not that you have piercing gaze. It's gonna mean it's not gonna miss. And like, if you're not the fighting version, guess what? If you're not fighting week, guess what? You're not gonna use high jump kick. You're gonna use pyro ballers, whatever. Oh my god, the high jump kick version is slightly disappointing to me. Yeah, the fighting impact as well, plus 50. What else? Kickoff, power up 0. Great, I love power up zeros. I have no clue what that is about. Look, again, obviously stuff is just it's literally just coming out as we speak. So there might be some like errors, but we'll see. At least hopefully it's just errors on this end, and not that Pawmot just screwed it up. Actually, if they did screw it up on their end, we'd get a Polygem, so maybe it's better that way. Max regen, gradual healing after max move, kickoff precision 1, kickoff. Oh, that's the trader move name, right? But okay, I got confused by the power up, cause like how do you power up a trainer move? It might be something. It's probably like a move gauge refresh or NPR over there instead. Max move, attack up 2 if you really want to max out her physical attack on her own. Op fall physical boost up 9 or up to 9. Oh my god. Physical move up next 2 when an opponent attack targeting the move targeting the user misses. That's pretty good for the bounce thing. Then you got the fire sync, power up, and then max double down 5. This unit has a lot of really nice things. There's a few things I don't like. There's a lot of the stuff surrounding like the high jump kick, the fighting part, that I'm not a huge fan of, unfortunately. The fire part looks fine. Honestly, the flying part doesn't look that bad, right? Like, they're making bounce look pretty darn usable. So that's pretty nice, right? You get the sync move countdown, and then you get the physical move up next too. But again, it's just, you just have to, you know what? I take it back. Unless it's like a stage that just constantly just use AoE moves, so you could just always just get that physical move up next. Or else, yeah, you're not really tanking with her unless you just take all that like tank stuff that is supposed to be theoretically for high jump kick and you use it on like a bounce build. which, like, the route-wise for the grid, that's probably going to be a bit awkward. But I don't know. It's not like that. It's like sync damage guard and power reserve. Yeah, no, it doesn't really help her survivability that much. But you know, it could be like a fun sort of build if you want to just play around with. But yeah, the Powerball part is obviously the strongest one. The other versions aren't bad either, but I won't say are like elite as well. Actually, I don't know, because flying types overall are pretty weak, so might not be that bad for flying types, but fighting types do have some pretty good ones. So anyways, alright, though, that's Gloria. Alright, next up, let's check out this new Leon, which is apparently, at least for now, known as Leon Alt, which again, hopefully that's not the actual name. Slightly lame, but yeah, this one's attack. And it's with Dragapult, right? And it's a dragon type. It's weak versus dark. Alright, so let's check it out. So first of all, the stats at 150, 717 HP, which is actually a decent amount of HP. Alright. 446 physical attack. Is this gonna be a okay, alright. 446 physical attack. 354 special attack. And then 182 on both defenses. 518 speed. Wow, that is a lot of speed. Holy wow. Damn, these part 2 Galar Villainlark units, it's a very fast units. So let's see what else we got. Alright, passives. Got Piercing Blows. And then Unfortunate Strike 9, which lowers you know, one of these stats at random for the opponent. Attack, defense, special defense, speed, actually, evasion, and then multi-hits, you know, just gets 1 debuff for each hit, right? At random, and impervious as well. Let's check out the rest of the kit. Got Dragon Darts, that's what, 100 to 120 BP move, 100 accuracy, does cost you 4 gauges, but it hits twice, so that's actually pretty good, right? And you know, that's 2 random debuffs as well, so there's that. Got Will-O-Wisp, you got B Breaking Swipe, which activation condition when the user uses any move once. Okay. And then can't be deactivated, lowers the target's attack, defense, and speed by 1 rank. Huh. And 120 to 144 max power. So I'm assuming yeah, this is AoE as well. So there's that. It's mainly a debuffing move, right? It's breaking swipes, right? Let's see, how many uses are there? Doesn't seem like there's okay. At least from the info we have at the moment, doesn't seem like there's max uses. So you could be breaking swipe. And, you know, you get an extra random stat debuff there as well. So if you just really want to use this to debuff, then it's, yeah, you got debuffs. I wonder if there's going to be a double drop in the grid as well. Because that could make things pretty nice, right? Because that's what, attack, defense, speed, -2 each turn. And then plus, you know, 1 other random stat -2. And again, this is AoE, right? So yeah, it's kind of like the Oleana thing. Not as good as the Oleana one, but or like in terms of like efficiency, but it's yeah. unless the extra random stat you roll is like, you know, attack, defense, or speed, then that'll be like -4. Although there's not much point to that. But anyways. Let's see, the sync is the more target stats are lower, the greater power of this attack. Okay, that makes sense. So this guy's, he's mainly just a debuffer, right? And he should be a pretty good one. And how much was his physical attack again? 446. Well, yeah, that should be really nice because you have good BP on the on your Dragon Darts as well, right? On top of having really good you know, physical attack to go with it. So yeah, you got max Warm Wind, two times, I guess. Same max power. Alright, and then you got max guard. Makes sense. Let's see. Let's check out the grid. Again, hopefully double drop. Double drop would be... would double drop be a bit too crazy on him? So maybe not double drop. Because, yeah, that could go kind of nuts. Let's see. So I got Burn Synergy, Go Viral 9 on, what's it called? Will-O-Wisp. I believe that's a 4 out of 5 grid, right? Let me see. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Go Viral 9. Punishing Strike 9 on Dragon Darts. So that's a guaranteed defense drop, right? So that's what. So you guaranteed -2 defense with this. And then you have a chance to also get another -2 defense. So that would be very, very powerful if you're trying to debuff defense. But that's 5 out of 5 as well. Let's see. Catalyst is 2 out of 5. Really? They put Catalyst as a 2 out of 5 node? That's kind of... And it's only 5 energy as well. That's kind of really good. Soften Up at 4 out of 5. Bogo 9 at for Beat Breaking Swipe. So free move next for Beat Breaking Swipe. Burn Synergy 3, Bronze Sync 5, Max Regen, Max Wormwind power-ups, Beat Breaking Swipe power-ups, Move Gauge Refresh for Will-O-Wisp, Flabbergast 9 on Will-O-Wisp. That's nice. That's really nice. Hit Burn Opponent, super effective up next. 30% chance or 50% chance for super effective up next against when you attack a burned opponent. So that's really good as well. Scorch Sync 5. That's already what, 100% multiplier for his sync already that we have here. What else? Confusion Synergy 1 only. Hit burned opponent stat down, I'm assuming. 9. So you also have another random stat debuff on Beat Breaking Swipe if you want against burned opponents. Quick Cure, status immunity. Let's see, Dragon Darts, power up. Hopefully that's not actually 0. Let's have a Blast MPR 2, max damage guard, max countdown 1, Berserker 2. That's good, and Sigma power up nodes. He's got some stuff here. The super effective up next 4 is kind of interesting. At least I think it is. And then just debuffs. So no double drop. So he's not like that broken for. He's still very, very, very powerful for debuffing, but not as crazy as it could have been. But still really, really good. Obviously. Yeah, he's just he's Mr. Debuff right here. And he should also still hit pretty hard, right? His sync shouldn't be too bad. And his DPS should be solid, right? Even though there's not too much multipliers, but he just has like high base stats plus high base BP, right? So there's that to help him. Alright, so that's Leon and Dragapult. Next up, let's check out the new Olympia here, right? Which is a Spotlight. It's a tech unit. And it should be with Sigilyph, right? Okay, that's obviously her gem, which I didn't pick up initially, but for her Psychic background. And yeah, it's Sigilyph, so Psychic, obviously, it's weak to... It says weak to Psychic over here on the side, but I highly doubt that. It might be a bit of a mistake there. But let's see what we got. Passives, got Agile Entry 6. Wow, Agile Entry 6? Damn. Swag Bag 2. Ooh, I like that. I'm a fan of Swag Bag. I think it's fun. On the right moves. P move stat raises 2 when ally stat is raised by a move used by the user's Pokemon. It raises it by double the stat ranks. Oh, is it gonna be like Cosmic Power or something? Let's see. Stat wise, only 163 on the defenses, which is not very high. HP's alright. Special attack 410 is very, very high, and then you have 326 speed, which is alright. Okay, let's check out the moves. Ah, it's a stored power unit. Ooh, oh, I'm liking this unit already. That sounds fun. That sounds really, really fun, man. Because stored power obviously really powerful if you have the stat buffs, right? And she definitely would be having that because you have +6 evasion on entry straight up, and then you have Calm Mind, which it gets doubled due to her passive, right? You got Ancient Power, which with Swag Bag too, you have a very funny chance of getting that relatively, you know, common. Your trade move, an opportunity. It's let's see, it's 1 use. You get +3 crit and then stat reduction defense to your field of play. And Starlight Path Psychic is a sync move. It's based on stats raised, obviously. Greater power of this attack, and yeah, Techie X. So I'm liking this unit so far, man. Holy, because that's a crazy high special attack stat, on top of just having stored power and having a very, you know, easily accessible stat buffs here, right? Let's see what else we got in the grid. So stored power, power ups, Q Cutter 2. What else? Brute Wits. Okay, so that's 1 sync multiplier there, which not too hard to get, right? Just use Cosmic Power, or not Cosmic Power, Calm Mind. Man, it would be kind of cool if Cosmic Power, but I don't know. Again, the defenses aren't like that high. But no, Calm Mind, Calm Mind 3 times, boom, you got that maxed out. Although there's like 1 extra turn, right? Because if you want all of this maxed out, it's gonna take 4 turns. So we might want someone else to help max out one of those stats for you. But anyways, let's see what else. Ancient power ups. Super preparation 4 for Ancient Power. That's slightly hilarious because you could just try to like grab you know, stat power ups from Ancient Power until you fish a super effective up next, and then go back to, assuming you're fighting Psychic Weak, right? Go back to stored power. That's kind of funny when you think about it. Smart Cookie here as well, so that's nice. Again, special defense is not one of those RNG stat buffs like the Ancient Power, like, you know, physical attack or whatever, right? So that's really easy to obtain. There's another swag bag too on Ancient Power. Wow. Okay, so you will be getting those decently regularly. Let's see what else we got. Calm Mind 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Damn. 30% chance of applying for a move next when using Calm Mind. Barricade 1 and ramp up 1. Oh! Wow. Okay. Okay. So that's the solution. So you could just pick up Barricade 1 and ramp up 1, and boom, you use Calm Mind twice, train a move once, got everything set up for your first thing. That's really good. What else we got? Double Down 5, Natural Remedy, Dauntless, Stored Power, Power Ups, train a move into heal 9, Brain Gain 9 as well, if you want an extra special move up next, I guess. Ridicure, and then 2 single move power ups. Okay, what I know for sure is this unit's gonna, you know, have a very powerful sync nuke. Yeah, she's gonna be bombing pretty hard with that sync. Wow. Okay, I like this unit. It's fun. It's very fun. Just looking at it so far. Shout out to Olympia, man. Look at that. It's very neat, I think. Next up, the other Kalos spotlight unit over here, which is a Drasna. We got Drasna, another tech unit here, and that's sync move background. Obviously, that's her lair. And Dragon, weak to Psychic, which checks out. Let's see, passives got Super Duper Effective 5, sure, Super Freebie 9, and then Team Special Attack Down Immunity. Oh, that's cool, because, you know, for certain stages that could be really nice. I think like Cobalion has that, if I remember correctly. I think someone else, does Rage Rock have that? There's like a few of those gauntlet stages that have like special attack debuffs like on entry. There's a few Master Mode stages that have that too, right? So that's cool. And obviously there's just, you know, when they just use the moves where, you know, there's a few there's a few snarl users, right, as well. So okay, let's see what else we got here. Super Freebie 9 is really nice. Hopefully she has some good high gauge moves. Okay, I mean they're not super high gauge, but you know, 3 gauge is still 3 gauge. Got Draco Meteor here, right? Then there's Sludge Bomb, that's, you know, 2 3 gauge moves. Got Toxic as well. And then Trainer Move, Simply Charming, a special attack +4, crit +2, super effective up next. That's only 1 use. So yeah, let's see what else she got. Sync is based on the target being poisoned or badly poisoned, right? So yeah, it is still Dragon though, which, I mean, she is a Dragon type Elite 4, so I guess that makes sense. Let's see what we got for the grid. Draco Meteor power-ups, Toxic Bogo 9. Alright, they really want you to get, you know, free move next for this unit. Poisoned op stat something 9, lowers the target's falling stats by 1 rank at random. Okay, so it's just these random debuffs against poisoned units or opponents, right? What else we got? Adrenaline 1, Toxic Power 3, Sludge Bomb power-ups, Ramp Up on Toxic, Virulent Toxin 5 on the Sync. What else? Hidden Heal 9, Brain Gain 9. Sharp Entry. I think, yeah, I definitely don't like this unit as much as the Sigilyph one. There's a few issues with this unit, I guess. Did we go over the stats yet? I don't think we did, right? But 436 special attack, that's really good at least. And all the other stats are whatever except for the speed, which is 351, which is pretty nice, right? But I don't like, the thing is, they're really just going for that free boom next thing, which is really good if you can get it, but you can't always get it, at least in like Legendary Gauntlet, right? Which is, I guess, your primary concern when talking about gauges. Like Master Mode, obviously, like, you'd have to look out for your gauges like everywhere. But Master Mode can be a bit more forgiving because those battles don't really last that long, right? Usually ends like around like 6 moves, right, or so. So, you know, that's not, or 6 rounds, I guess. 6, that's 7 if you want to count the sync move. So yeah, that's not usually that big of a deal, but the thing about that is, like, when you're not hitting for super effective, A, you're not doing as much damage, but B, you're not getting that super freebie, but at least our base speed isn't that bad to begin with, but then you're just like losing out on like a really big part of her kit, right? So for example, if you're fighting like Bulu, right, Tapu Bulu, only the second bar is poison weak, or if you're fighting Latios, only the first 2 bars are Dragon Weak. On the other hand, it's Latio, so it's not that big of a deal, right? So, again, it's not like a huge issue with the unit, it's just a slight nitpicking, I guess, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't mind them doing units that are mostly specifically against super effective stages, but if you do make a unit specifically for super effective stages, I'd expect them to be really good for those, and she's good, but she doesn't seem that good. Like, she's nice, but not anything like crazy, right, for just poison and dragon type stages. And again, like, you take her out of, you know, versus poison or dragon type stages, she's just not gonna be that, like, yeah, she's not gonna be that good off type, right? And on type, again, she's gonna be nice on type, but not anything crazy on type. So yeah, I mean, it's alright, I guess. Victor and Spectrier, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, whatever. So this one presumably should be like a free event unit, I think, right? Don't hate on me if it turns out not to be. I don't make the game. I'm just, you know, just according to images, that's what it looks like, right? But anyways, this is an interesting unit because this is one of the new roles, right? It's one of the new roles, field and speed or something like that, right? This one's a field unit. Again, they haven't like really officially revealed what they do, so I'm not sure if I could really talk the specifics about them. But I mean, it's not hard to just put 2 and 2 together and see, you know, what this the EX effect would do, right? I mean, it's called field, and you know, if you look at some passes, he has a debut Ghost Zone as one of his passives. Like, oh, look at this field thing do, right? Yeah, it should be that hard to, again, just to put 2 and 2 together in terms of what it would actually do. So, yeah, debut Ghost Zone is one of the passives. Turns the allies' field of play into a Ghost Zone. First time the user enters the battle, which is cool. And then you also have Hunter's Acceleration 3, you know, extra move gauge acceleration and Ghost Zone, and then Max Regen, which gives gradual healing to the user after using its max move. All right, moving on. Let's check out the stats. Oh, I'm not sure what the theme skills do though for the new field and the other role, right? Again, a lot of this info is, you know, the sites are slightly struggling with them, probably due to the new role thing, because like the other pages are relatively fine. It's just like the 2 new units, so the 2 new roles are kind of struggling a bit, but anyways, whatever. Let's go over the stats. At 150, it got 681 HP, which is a decent amount of HP. 410 special attack, 178 on physical defense, 191 on special defense, and then 444 on speed. So that's, you basically have, I guess outside of defenses, which aren't that great, but yeah, basically you just have good stats all around, right? Which is nice, right? Let's see the moves. We got Shadow Ball, Mudshot, Haze, and then the training move taking the lead. Raises ally special attack by 2, raises an ally's crit by 1, 2 uses. So yeah, +2 special attack, +1 crit there, right? So that's something, right? It's like a worse Sabrina. Haha. Look, I don't get to say like that too often, right? So just give me that one, okay? Nowadays. Okay, so yeah, it kind of does a bit of a lot of different things, right? It has the damage with the high special attack, and then Shadow Ball, which, I mean, Shadow Ball's not like a crazy high BP move or whatever. It's in fact not, you know, kind of average. But then it also got like Mud Shot, right, to debuff Haze as well, right? And you have like a training move which could buff your teammates' special attack or crit, or you could use it on, you know, Victor himself, which would also make sense considering, again, 410 special attack, and then damage from like Shadow Ball potentially as well. So there's that, I guess. The sync move, it seems like it's just basically like a striker sync, right? In terms of like the BP wise, right, and the additional effects, all that stuff. Again, there should be a new 6-star EX effect for the new role, which it's called Field, you know, so it would give you, it would set up, right? Okay. So, yeah. What else we got? Max moves. Max Phantasm. Is that how to pronounce that? I think so. So yeah, that's -2 defense for all opponents. Slightly unfortunate because he's special himself. But then you also got Max Quake, which buffs special defense for your team. And then Max Guard. So the max moves themselves aren't like crazy. I mean, like damage-wise they're good, right? But it's just that like they're not super useful. I guess the special defense could be kind of useful. Or if you're running him with like Renegade Cynthia, I guess. Or who else? Singsu Karina, right? Get that extra defense debuff. That could be nice. Alright. Let's check out the grid. Let's see. So we got Shadow Ball power-ups, Gobsmack 4, 50% chance of confusion. Your max move power-ups, max damage guard, max quake power-ups, action on mud shot, sharp entry. Okay. At least he can max out his own crit, I guess, with that. On a roll on Shadow Ball. Haunted healing and haunted power 2. What else? Unbuffed foe sync up 5. So yeah, they are. It does kind of look like they're leaning towards, hey, run this unit with Singsu Karina. That would be kind of nice. And it does seem it would be kind of nice if, yeah, you just want to do some extra damage with this sync. Let's see what else. NPR on the training move. Flame proof for some reason. Friendly shield 1 on your training move. That's neat, I guess. Quick cure, debut damage reduction in physical. Alright, so you get a physical damage reduction shield when you enter the battle. Initially. I mean, overall, this unit seems okay, right? Obviously, the big part of this move is the Ghost Zone settings, right? And outside of that, the max move, again, it could be nice if you pair it with someone like Singsu Karina. That would be cool. But otherwise, it's more of a specialized unit, right? Like Haze, for example, right? Like you're going to be using that against something like Latios or Cresselia. Mud shot, right? Probably something like Cresselia as well, right? So that's pretty good, at least, right? So he's definitely going to be a really, really good Cresselia counter, if nothing. But yeah, he also has some like support capabilities if you really want to, or if you really need it for some reason. And he's got some like healing stuff because, like, you know, his HP isn't terrible, right? And then he has like shielded, so if you want to buff his defense, you could do that as well. There's a max damage guard. Oh no, that's the other Victor. That's the other Victor's grid. Well, yeah. Again, the site is a bit disoriented right now. Yeah. This is his grid down here. Like, what, max damage? Well, he does have max damage guard here as well, and then confusion for the opponent. So like, if you want him to maybe as a secondary tank, because you know once your main tank goes down, he could take a few, right? Haunted healing as well. So, you know. He could, yeah. There's the physical damage reduction as well, right? On entry, quick cure. So, yeah, he does a bit of everything, right? Does a bit of supporting, does a bit of tech stuff, does a bit of damage dealing, right? So, yeah, there you go. That's your new field role, which in this case, for this unit specifically, it does a bit of striking, teching, and supporting if we're trying to define him with the old roles, right? But yeah, again, obviously being a field role, the main attraction over here is the field setting stuff. So yeah, there's that, I guess. Again, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be free, so that's really nice. Like, free Ghost Zone unit, that's kind of cool, right? So again, it's nothing's like harm sign confirmed, all that stuff, but just looking at the images, it just makes it seem like it is, right? So next up, last but not least, I guess let's go over Nemona, and put her last here just because I was hoping the site could, you know, keep up with the updates, but unfortunately, for the moment being, it seems like we're not gonna get like all the info and stuff. But yeah, this is the another new role, which is a sprint, I guess. I don't know. It's some like speed thing. Again, not 100% sure about the official names yet. Sprint would make sense, I guess. So, all right, let's see. So this with Pawmot, that's an electric type unit, and passive's got honing hit 9, right? Raises user's attack by 2 and crit by 1 when the user's move is successful. So that's pretty easy, self-sufficient, you know, buffing in terms of dealing damage over there. Soften up 1 as well. And then first S move, restore B move MP1. Oh, basically what it means is on your first sync, you get 1 MP back for your buddy move. I know, terrible wording, but oh my goodness. You got almost 500 physical attack over here at 150. Over 500 if you know, 5-5-er. That's a lot. That is a lot, folks. That is a lot for those who don't know. And then you also have 472 speed, which is also a lot. Wow. So very, 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 very fast. And theoretically, you know, assuming the moves are good, should hit pretty hard too. All right, so let's see what we got. Unfortunately, she will not be hitting very hard. At least on the regular moves. Probably gonna hit pretty hard on the sync move. But yeah, like your main damaging move is Thunder Punch. Yeah. EX speed raises user speed by 6 stat ranks. Wow. Click it once plus 6 speed with what? Again, 472 base speed. That is kind of crazy. And then the training move, Let's Battle All Out, reduces the sync move counter of an allied sync pair by 2. Wow. Raises an ally's attack by 2. Applies gradual healing effect to an ally. Applies the damage guard next effect to an ally. Applies the enduring effect to an ally. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. So -2 sync move attack countdown, +2 attack. Gradual healing, damage guard next, endurance as well. So you got a lot of like defensive stuff there on top of the +2 attack and -2 sync move countdown. How is this legal, man? How do they put all that stuff in one trainer move without any like downs? Because usually, like, if you put too many stuff on like a trainer move, sometimes there's, you know, they give you like a drawback, like but defense -1 or special defense -1 or speed -1 or something like that. There's no downside here other than I guess just like only one use, but that's not even that big of a downside because, like, you know, there's one use trainer moves that does a lot less than this. So that's really, really good. Damn. Okay. You could use it for her. You could use it for your allies. I feel like that's what these units are trending towards, right? Like you saw that with the previous Victor as well, right? Where instead of you know, +2 attack and +1 crit for this user, it's +2 attack and +1 crit for an ally, right? Which that ally could be himself too, right? And so yeah, they're making it so these units also could either be a damage dealer themselves, or they could choose to use it for your teammates to help support instead. So there's that. Anyways, B double shock. That's the B move, bearing the lead a bit here. So activation condition when the speed is raised, and then the more the user's speed is raised, the greater the power of this attack. Applies for remove next effect to all allied sync pairs. It doesn't seem like we have exactly how much this increases by. Maybe it's just a, you know, basically a built-in ramming speed, which would be pretty, you know, it would be nice, right? You also get free move next effect to your team. Wow, this is just crazy in terms of just gauges for your team. It is only one use though, but again, you get one more back. after your first sync. So yeah, yeah, there it is. That's your damage dealing, you know, normal move for, you know, the only 2 times that you get to use it, but assuming you're syncing with her in the first place. But you should sync with her because the sync effect is very, very powerful in my opinion for this role. Anyways, all right, sync move in of itself. Oh, so there is info on this. This is not correct though. This should be for the field. This should be for field rolls. Yeah, so this should be the Victor one, where, you know, makes it so that Victor sets Ghost Zone and extends it on that sync. First time you use that sync. Sprint should be something else. Alright, Sprint should be something else. And no, it's not. It's speed +6 because you already have that. It's not like movie acceleration. It's think of what's one thing that a unit could do to make the battle end quicker, or get a very powerful move out faster from your side. That's what the sprint one does. Why am I doing these stupid riddles, man? I mean, since the field one's already out here, I'm pretty sure somewhere out there they got the sprint one. Oh, it should be -3 sync move countdown, right? I think I saw it somewhere, right? -3 sync move countdown, and then yeah, first time it gets used, which again, very, very powerful. That's just one turn, just gone, right? Straight up. So okay, that's that. Unfortunately, we do not have a grid here yet. The unit has a grid, just not on the site. Game Press doesn't have it either. Rolepal, the guy who runs the Pawn Masters part of the, or at least helps run the Pawn Masters part of the Game Press website, mentioned that they are having some difficulties there, and it, you know, might not get updated anytime soon. So let me see. But yeah, Rolepal did tell me from what he saw that it's just all right. The grid. Let me see, in terms of like any like relevant nodes. There's like a team evasive maneuvers or something like that, right? Which is +1 evasion for your team, for your entire team, right? When you hit the opponent or whatever. Well, like, yeah, when you attack, which is pretty good if you're, you know, if anyone on your team needs evasion, I guess. And there's also a physical move up next, +2 after your sync, which is not bad considering, like, again, after your first sync, right, you should get like the B move back, so you get to use it on your B move instead of up Thunder Punch, which would not be that great. I mean, it'll make Thunder Punch better, but, you know, overall not like a huge thing. And what else? I think it had that like -2 physical defense on the on all the opponents when it enters the battle, something like that. And debuffs defense, special defense by 1 against paralyzed units. What else is there? Which that's very, very, very nice, right? At least. There's like some stuff for Thunder Punch. There's like hostile environment 9, I think, which I think that's guaranteed paralysis, right? And then also like super duper effective 5, which still doesn't make it that good, unfortunately. That's barely like what, 70 BP lowest, something like that, which is physically not possible because I don't think that's like a 1 in 5 grid node. What else? There's this like new like thing where you get like a certain decent amount of like power-ups for like Thunder Punch when your speed is raised, which is again kind of new, so That's odd, right? It's not like, oh, it's not like ramming speed. It's like a certain like BP amount. I think it was like what, 9 or something. And I don't know. I'm just trying to look through these. Catalytic Kick Knight on the trainer move. Move gauge acceleration. When the user's move is successful. The trainer move. There's Staggering 3, which is just nice in general, right? 40% chance to flinch off of like any of those moves, which is neat. And there's Haymaker, Trip Up 9. Yeah, I think those are like the main relevant ones for the lower dupes. What else? Power Induction 1, that's not a lot. Grounding Wire, so it doesn't get Flinch Trap confused, and Electric Terrain. Vigilance, Static Shock 5, and I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, the grid isn't super impressive. There's some nice stuff in there, like the flinch thing I feel like is really nice. The defense debuff. I'm not sure if that's like a 5 out of 5 node, though, because, like, honestly, it kind of sounds like a 5 out of 5 node. But yeah, there's the basically guaranteed paralysis with the hostile environment 9. That's nice, but that's kind of it, I think. There probably was like a few more that I mentioned earlier that I forgot about. But I mean, it's okay. It's alright. It's just a very it's a bit of an odd unit, because, like, again, the main attraction for this unit is the sync move countdown thing, right? Which she does very, very, very well. She does incredibly well. So that's like the big thing about this unit. All the other stuff is really just extra, right? She probably would be able to nuke relatively hard because, you know, very high physical attack stat, and you do have an innate nuke multiplier, right? And then you also have like Haymaker. I think there was Static Shock 5 as well, right? So yeah, that shouldn't be that bad. Again, you don't have, at least for now, doesn't seem like there's anything extra in terms of like the I need to stop myself from talking. What else? I'm sorry if this seems a bit jumbled, but again, just the new information coming out, just kind of just all over the place, right? But yeah, at the moment, it seems like a very, very, very good, just sort of speed and move gauge acceleration unit that could do some damage off the nuke, right? And some damage off the B move that you really only get to use twice in the battle. So yeah, yeah, that stuff is really, really good. There are some debuffs that potentially could be nice, assuming it's not like a 5 out of 5, which would not be that good. But otherwise, like, this is not your new best, you know, electric type damage dealer, right? It's mainly for speed, move gauge acceleration, right? Damage dealing wise, there's still Ash out there, right? There's still you know, even Thunderbolt Red, right? But overall, it is very powerful, it seems, with that sync move countdown and gauge thing. Also, it could help take some hits with that crazy just survivability boosting trainer move, right? Gradual healing, damage guard next, endurance. Like, holy man, oh my god. Alright. Anyways, yeah, that's me this one, I guess. Hope y'all remember, guys. Think of the comments below. Like, share the video, channel for some more Pawmot content again. Sorry, last two the units, it's just information slightly jumbled. Just because, again, the update. This is a pretty big update with the new role thing, so things are just kind of getting lost here and there, right? Just a bit messed up, but we'll see. Hopefully by tomorrow, Pawmot grid would have everything laid out, you know, neatly in the grid tool, which would be very nice. So anyways, yeah, again, have fun, good luck, guys are pulling and all that stuff. Usual, and see you guys in the next one.